Good morning, boys and girls. So today you are working on character traits. And again, character traits is something that we have talked about in the past. And I think it's one of my favorite things to do. I think there are so many cool activities and I like trying to figure out what character traits different characters have. So right here, I just have a list of character traits to describe people and characters and whatnot. And again, just a reminder that character traits are things that like ways characters act. So you're going to figure out the traits of a character by like their actions and things that they say. So for example, if a character that you're reading about, throws somebody's books on the ground, calls somebody a name and pushes them at recess, a character trait that you might find for them on our list here might be like a bully, maybe somebody who's maybe a character trait for them is angry, maybe they are cruel. Those would be all kinds of character traits you can figure out for that character based on their actions and what they're saying. They're pushing people down at recess, they're throwing people's books on the ground, and then they're calling people rude names. All of those things would help you figure out what that character's character trait was. If you have a character that is, helpful, the character helps people with their work. If they get stuck, maybe they help with the trays in the cafeteria at the end of lunch, and maybe they're just somebody who calms other friends down when maybe they're upset or angry. What type of character trait would that person have? If I look at my list and I'm looking down it, I would say maybe one would be helpful, would be a great way to describe that character. Maybe respectful or even responsible would be another one. And let's see, maybe caring. That would be another one. And all of those things are just because that character, you might read about them helping people in the classroom. You might read about them again, like taking people's trays and helping in the lunchroom. Those are all things, like when they give kind words or praises to other friends, those are things that you would read about, you would learn about from a character, and that would help you determine what their character trait is. So your activity is going to be, you can use this worksheet to help you, but we do have a word bank. So you're going to get this page, or these pages, and you are going to go through and you are going to read these little paragraphs about the different kiddos, and then you are going to pick a character trait. And these are the character traits you're going to use throughout this, so then you don't really have to create your own or think of your own character traits. These are the ones you're going to use, and you're going to fill them out as you go. You're only going to use each one of them one time, so you don't want to reuse one that you already have. So if you picked one and then you find later on that it can work better for somebody else, it's okay to go back and erase and redo it. That's also fine. So you're going to do that. We're going to do number 1 together. And then you want to keep this page, okay, because we're going to use it tomorrow for the second part of this activity. So make sure that this page or this information doesn't get lost because you're going to need to use it again. So let's look at number 1. It says, it was Tanner's first day at his new school. When the principal walked him to his new classroom, Tanner answered her questions with one-word answers. When his teacher introduced him to the class, he tried hard to make eye contact, but he ended up looking down at the floor. So we have conceited. And that means that you kind of maybe feel like you know everything, like you're a know-it-all, you really, you think you're kind of the best. Ambitious means that you are a go-getter, that you really want to get your work done early, and that you just are really willing to just go above and beyond. Mischievous would be sneaky. Determined would be like you absolutely want to do this. You absolutely want to get that touchdown. You're going to work as hard as you can to make that happen. Intelligent means smart. We know what shy would mean, and rude. Loyal means that you that you are there for somebody else. Like if you are a loyal friend, that you're going to always be that person's friend no matter what. Neat would be neat and organized. We know what lazy means. We know what bossy means. Selfish would mean that you only care about yourself, that you don't really care about other people necessarily, or like worried about them. You're just worried about you. We know what helpful and messy is. Generous means that you are a giving person. Doesn't necessarily have to do with money per se, but just that you're generous with maybe your time or maybe money. So maybe you are generous with your time as in you give your time, like give your services to other people, or maybe you're generous as in like you donate money. Humorous is funny. Stubborn, I think a lot of us might know what that means. That means you're not going to give in. Maybe you're stubborn when you want to do your homework and your mother, your father, your grown up at home keeps asking you to do your homework, and you're so stubborn. You're like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Optimistic and pessimistic. Oh my goodness. Optimistic means that you have like the glass is half full, meaning like you have a really positive attitude. Pessimistic is meaning you have kind of more of a negative attitude. You look at the glass half empty. You're not really that cheerful. And then creative. So let's see. What do we think Tanner is? If I'm looking at him, if I'm looking at here, it says something about the one-word answers. He wouldn't make eye contact. He'd end up looking at the floor. Would think it's his first day of school. So think of all of those things. And looking at my list, I would say, think for a second. I would say that Tanner is shy. So you are going to write a character trait for Tanner is shy. You would just write shy there, okay? And that's what you're going to be doing for all of these, and make sure you upload and submit them. Don't get rid of them because we are going to keep them and use them tomorrow.